Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the first edition of the MIW podcast. Today is a very special guest. What we're going to be doing here on the podcast is basically we're going to be telling stories about MIW's past, present, and the future. And right now, I don't think there's any other guest that I could bring on here who could tell any better stories than this man right here. He's a former actually MIW television champion, former world champion, and he goes by the best in the world, and I think that's fitting for a man like this. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my guest, Mr. Jack Lee. How's it going, Jack?
What's up, dude? What's up, Mike?
You ready?
Thanks for having me on.
Podcast?
I'm not ready. No, I'm not.
You're not.
But I'm ready mentally.
You're ready mentally.
I'm not ready physically.
Mike Storm, this guy is a promo god. Well, thank you, Gunshot, but this is not about me. This is about Jack Lee. So firstly,
Mike Storm?
Mr. Jack Lee, we're going to get into your past. How did you discover MIW, or how did you get into the whole eFed business as a whole?
I don't think anyone gets in the eFed business just because you want to become an eFedder. But how I did join an eFed basically was back early August. Basically, I was looking around. I was trying to get back into the love of professional wrestling, and I saw a live stream called FWE, which was ran by Big Kev. I didn't really participate or anything, so I waited until the date of August 26th of 2017, which was the day of the Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight. Mike Storm and Jeremy were live streaming together, doing live reactions, and I went in. Jeremy said whoever wanted to join the call, they could join. And I joined him, and we talked wrestling, me and Jeremy. And that night, I got added to the MIW locker room, and I was told that you should join MIW, and that's what happened.
So you joined MIW basically on a whim kind of thing. You weren't actively looking for an eFed to join at the time.
No, I was not. But turns out it was the good path so far. It's been a good path so far for me. I mean, I wasn't actively looking for one, but Jeremy gave me a home to go look for. So I mean, I didn't really talk in the chat either for like a week, but.
I remember that.
I would not talk in the chat because I knew nobody. I thought I knew I was gonna get my ass kicked in the first few weeks, and rather not get my ass kicked. And Jeremy ensured me that I would not. And we went on hiatus. The whole FWE drama happened. It was the whole thing, and. Really, my first eFed that I really did show up in for a show was your eFed, WNF.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what WNF was, I own a channel called Wrestling Network. That was the Wrestling Network Federation. Sort of my eFed project at the time while MIW was on a hiatus. It's interesting to know that your first eFed was the WNF. Quick question. Yeah. Before you discovered FWE, had you seen any eFed stuff before? What was your perspective on eFed?
No. I've never seen it. I saw the fam, but I thought as a universe mode. I didn't really think of it as an eFed. I didn't even know what an eFed was. I didn't even know what an eFed was until like a year ago.
Well, I mean, you've taken to it very, very fast for someone who didn't know what it was a year ago, and you've become known in this community as one of the best. How do you feel about having this, I guess, sort of stigma around you that you're one of the best now?
It's weird to me. I always thought to myself I was never going to be like this. I never thought I was going to actually be popular. And my whole motto was, if I'm here in this one place, who cares what anyone else thinks about me? And if I'm the best here, and who really cares? If I'm doing my best, and I'm the best here, which I'm not anymore. Guys like you and Corey Heck and Cody Omega have taken over, but my guy was always to be the best in the world, and to think about how, in NEW this past month against Ricky Armstrong, I won the GOAT versus GOAT match. To me, is kind of crazy because I never thought of myself ever getting to that moment. I never thought actually like I was going to win a world title, which I think we'll get later in the podcast about how that all happened. But to me, a lot of twists and turns for me, starting from the beginning to know where we are now.
It's been a lot. It has been a lot. And another thing is you've been there through it all, because me and Jeremy, people will know Jeremy and I are very close, but even Jeremy and I have had our spurts, and you've been the one constant in MIW. You've never left since you came through the door.
No, I have not. That's been one thing in me that I never wanted to leave MIW. Ever since I joined, I knew there was something special here, and when you first left, it was a heartbreaker because I've known you for 2 years at this moment, and to see one of my best friends go away was kind of hard. But what happened then definitely did change my perspective of everything, because that time I did go ahead and take a step up. But there was always for me, if I were to leave right now, later on I wouldn't come back because I would just be done. I've never wanted to leave. I've told Jeremy this 100 times. I never want to leave unless I'm going to get fired. That's the only way I'm going to be gone.
Well, speaking of Jeremy, like I said, you've forged this relationship with Jeremy. Tell us, what is you and Jeremy's relationship like behind the scenes?
We didn't really have one until you really left, basically. The first time.
I should say friendship, not relationship.
Oh,
You're not
well,
dating,
then
guys.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, we know each other, and we were always, we were close in a way, but we weren't really close until I think before we brought MIW back in 2018. He messaged me once on Facebook saying we need to bring MIW back. I said, let's do this. We talked, DM'd. And so, the one day of resurrection coming back, we did that. And, and then in the whole, January of 2019 happened, and we just kept getting closer in a friendship. We never, we talk. We always used to talk in DMs, and we always talked about wrestling. I always told him, whenever I give him a promo, I ask him, how can I get better? Because I'm not the best at promos, and I try my best, but I want to get better every time. And it's become a daily thing now, where I would talk to him and see how I can get better in promos. But that's kind of how our relationship's been, and all that, basically.
And that's the thing about Jeremy too. It's not, don't think just because you're not in MIW, Jeremy's not there to talk to. Jeremy is one of the best promo cutters going around in the community right now. He's a genuine guy, and he has a lot of advice. He has a wealth of knowledge. So if you're looking to improve on your promos, message Jeremy. Drop him a line. Check out some MIW. Maybe you can learn something from the stuff that Jack here's doing, or Corey's doing, or Cody Omega. MIW right now is the best place to be on the 2K side of promo wrestling. But
that's true.
Going into your MIW career, obviously your name isn't Jack Lee. Mine is not Mike Storm. Spoiler alert, people. No. Where'd you get the name Jack Lee?
Well, my name is Jackson Beauregard, if you guys didn't know. My middle name is Lee. When I was a little kid, my name, if I wanted to become a wrestler, which I really did, but it's turning out to be like that, I would make custom characters on WWE video games. My name would always be Jack Lee. Short of my first name would be my middle name would be my last name, basically.
Okay, so you've become Jack Lee in the world of EFED, and that's what people know you as. But tell us about you as a person. What do you like? What do you like to do in your spare time?
what do I like to do in my spare time? I like to watch wrestling. Of course, that's a passion of mine. I love watching wrestling. I love watching football. Video games is always fun. That's whenever I do in my free time, I just look at football film, or I try to get better at my promos, or
Okay.
watch wrestling.
A question that we had here is, I'm going to get a little more in depth into this because they just asked, what is your favorite match? But I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite feud that you've been a part of here in MIW, and your favorite match, the one that you've been most proud of and you've put the most work into?
Shoot. My favorite feud has to be with Chaos. I mean, I think a lot of people will agree with that. I think there was a story there to be told, and going into Kingdom of Honor, and we did that. As King Chaos taught Jack Lee everything he knew, the whole story of that. I think that was my favorite feud, but my favorite match probably it has to be. I think the one that really took my career off was the Tucka versus Jack Lee at Omen. That's probably my favorite to go back and watch. I love the Chaos match, but I think that is my favorite match. Or I think it would have to be Cody Omega at High Stakes.
Hell in a Cell.
One of those two. Yeah, Hell in a Cell.
So, speaking about your match with Tucker, that's what really lifted off your reign as television champion and got you in the spot why you're sitting there right now. For those of you who don't know, Jack Lee had a television championship reign. Personally, I would say it was one of the most over championship reigns in MIW history. It put the television championship on the map, and it did a lot to say that, hey, MIW is the place where people come to grow and they come to become stars. But as legendary as your television championship reign is, where was your mind at the time when you were doing that? How much did that mean to you?
Oh well, let me go before I won the TV title, because I think a lot of this I don't like to take things for granted, but I think I have to go back when I won the tag titles, and at that moment, I was losing a lot, and I won the tag titles, and I was pretty happy, but I got put in this match, this tournament actually at King of the Arena, and it was for the television title. I love the concept of what Jeremy had told me, how this title will be defended every week. There was an issue with Rain back in the day, and when he was leaving, he needed a singles guy, and I was tag team, so I decided to take off. As a tag guy, basically. I left Tucka, and there was one day I remember getting the message saying, "Jack Lee, you're going to be really happy with this Total Domination episode from Jeremy." And I won the title, and I think something for me was really different, because I never thought of myself as a guy who was going to win that type of belt, but then I did, and for me, for that mindset, I had to think, how am I going to get this title over, and how am I going to make this the best title on the show, how the hottest title, and how am I going to make this the title everyone wants to watch. And I think that Tucka match really did help. People called, like you and Rain said, it was the best match in history for a little bit, and that's what really helped it. But thinking about the time, I think I wanted to make the title the best, and I think I did that, and I think that showed at Holiday Hostility, where I main evented the pay-per-view, accepted the main event role. Then, because I beat out the world title, that's all I really cared about. I beat out the world title in the main event.
Okay, so at that point, when you were the television champion, did you ever think one day I'm gonna headline Kingdom of Honor and become world champion?
No, dude, never. And I always thought it was gonna be you, because at that time I've always seen you as the MIW guy. I thought you were the main guy, and I still think you are. Because
see, I think that's you. I really do think you embody MIW to me and a lot of other people.
To this day, I think ever since I joined, people have like visions of who the main guy is. To this day, it's got to be Chaos or you.
Oh, it's
It
got to be
doesn't matter.
Chaos, of course, because Jeremy, for those of you who don't know, Killswitch Chaos is Jeremy. He's the owner of MIW. He's the one who started this whole thing. But I guess me and Jarl kind of kicked it off, but you took it to a new level. So I'm always going to say you're that MIW guy, or maybe both of us. I don't know.
Thank you. I mean, I never, maybe because I've been here longer than other guys, but I always seen you as the main guy because everyone knows who Mike Storm is. And maybe to me, because I've seen a lot of your matches, I always watched them. Maybe I think you're the guy, and hopefully, you had that world title reign for 15 minutes, which is something crazy, But you're gonna get that title opportunity soon. I really hope you do. But yeah, I don't know if it's me. I don't really want to say because I don't think it's me, but. To think that people think it is me, that's great to hear. I mean, I put my work in. I'm really happy by that.
Yeah, I think for a while it was Jeremy, and then it was me and y'all, and then it became you, and most recently Cody Omega's been flying that flag.
Cody.
What I want to know is, go ahead.
No, right now it's Cody.
Yeah,
it has to be Cody.
What I want to know is who's going to be that next guy ahead of Cody who, flies the MIW flag. Who do you think it's going to be? Damian Gage?
I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if they're going to put the work in, then put the work in. I think people need the natural growth of trying to get better. As you guys always talk about, you said there's always going to be natural growth with people. And getting better. That could be Damian Gage. I do believe that, but he's gonna have to put the work in. I believe in him. But who knows who's gonna be next? I really hope it's someone who does really care about MIW and puts the work in.
Definitely. We have a question from A-Train, who's here. He says, Jack, I'm stuck in a boiler room. Help. What are you gonna do about
that? Well, I don't know where you are. If it's in a stadium, I can definitely go find you. I'm stuck in a briefcase at the moment, so
yeah, if you can see the briefcase background.
I'm in a briefcase, so I don't know how to help you, A-Train.
Quick question for both of you: have Mike Storm and Jack Lee ever had a match with each other?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have a couple of weeks ago. Actually, we've never feuded together.
We feuded.
Had a match.
We've almost feuded once before. Yeah, actually twice almost.
When?
But. I don't know if I want to give up past plans, but
we're not going to do them now.
Well, that's true, yeah. So, before you split, the whole Rumble thing, and then Kingdom of Honor, and then there was a second one where you were going to cash in on me, and win the title, but that never came to fruition. I remember those. I still have the chats. I remember a lot of crap from back in the day.
A question from Jay Yost. Do you have any advice for Jay Yost? Or let's expand that to, do you have any advice for anybody who's coming into MIW?
Care about the product, watch the product, and I think you gotta try your best every time, and you gotta keep improving. You can't think you're the shit right now, especially if you're coming in. You could be like where I was in that situation where I was a jobber in the beginning, and you never think you're gonna get anywhere. You just gotta keep getting better. You need to keep thinking. It's gonna keep getting better, and soon you'll get an opportunity, and you'll keep getting better. I always thought that. I never wanted to be a Debbie Downer. But there's a point where you need to you gotta think. You gotta keep getting better, and you gotta be just try your best. Basically, be yourself, and don't worry about if you're gonna lose this next match. Because if you're gonna lose your next match, and you think that, you're gonna waste your time here, basically, because you're just thinking negatively.
I see that a lot with people. Listen, everybody here in MIW starts at the bottom of the totem pole. You've got to work your way up here. Other feds, maybe you can walk in and be handed a title in a week. Here in MIW, every title is earned. Don't think just because, I don't know, Cody Omega or Corey Heck holds a title and they're all World's Most Wanted, and yes, they're involved behind the scenes, but we're only putting the titles on those guys for right now because we're waiting for someone to step up. Damian Gage is the world champion because he's been stepping up, putting in the work, and he's become one of our own. He's become a mainstay in MIW.
Everyone's got to put that work in. I mean, you could be that next guy being a world champion. You could be the next star. You just got to put that work in. You just can't be afraid of other people. Because that's what I see a lot of now, as of people being scared of one guy like Cody Omega. You don't have to be scared, and you should promo on them, but you gotta know your place. I think that's one thing. You gotta know your place and things. If you're just starting, you're not gonna challenge Cody Omega. You're not gonna challenge a guy who's in the main event. You gotta start out slow, and you gotta keep getting better every single time. And to a certain point, you can face guys like Cody.
I think maybe that's another guy we can bring on here. We could talk about Cody's process of promoing because, yeah, everybody knows Cody is a fantastic promoter. He's probably one of the best.
He is. Not
just in MIW, but the entire community. But speaking of that, you've worked with Cody. How was that to work with Cody Omega? You're one of the few.
He's great. That's all I gotta say. He's I think he's the best promo cutter one of the best promo cutters I've ever heard in my life. He, at that time, I firmly believe this is the guy who's coming after me, and this is the guy who I deserve to give the belt to, and that happened. He's a great guy to work with behind the scenes. I messaged him saying let's make the best, and he definitely did carry the feud. I can tell you that. But he is one of the best. I think he deserved that world title. He had a great run. We'll see what Damian Gage does now. But I love Cody. Cody is a great guy. Great guy to talk behind the scenes. Great guy on the microphone. And all around, he's a great dude.
Definitely. We had a question from Gunshot here. He wants to know, do you have a dream opponent? But I'm going to expand that to top 5 dream opponents. 5 being the least, 1 being the most. 1 being the guy who you want to feud with the most right now. If you could book yourself in a match with that guy, who would it be? Top 5.
Bottom. I'm gonna start with bottom 5. I think 5. That would probably have to be with Jay Fatal. Right at number 5. Number 4, Corey Heck. Number 3. I would like to feud with Tucka again. That was a fun thing for me to do.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting,
Because, in real life, because I'm friends with him in real life. Tucka is a real life friend of mine. Actually, he's actually going to be one of my promos I'm about to do. He's going to be in it, and I'm going to try to build a story with that, see how that works out. But number 2, it wouldn't be Jarl, because I've already faced Jarl. I would like to face Jarl again, but I don't think he's number 2. There's a lot of guys I would like to feud with. It'd probably have to be Damian Gage in number 2. Number 1 is going to be with you. I never feuded with you before, so I think that's one I would love to do again. Or not do again, but do. Never feuded with you, so that's my number 1. I would love to.
Dude, I'd love to feud with you as well. I think me and you right now, outside of me and Jeremy, because me and Jeremy have never even came into contact with each other, you and me could tell a great story. We've known each other since as long as we've both known Jeremy. So I think that's something we need to do in the future. Maybe after Kingdom of Honor. Maybe for MIW SummerSlam.
We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what happens.
You cooked A-Train. You didn't put A-Train in there. He's complaining.
No dream. Okay. Oh shoot. I'll switch you out with Damian Gage, dude. I fucking love you, A-Train.
I'm sure you'd be in the top 10.
Yeah, you're up there, A-Train. I fucking love you, dude. Fucking love you.
What's your opinion on AOH?
What's my opinion on Alliance of Honor?
Yeah.
it was a great show when it was airing. I love the show. I loved it every fucking week. I love how Cody was doing commentary. It had an NWA feel to it. Sad that it had to end, but I thought it was really good. For a guy who hasn't done a lot of like an EFED show, did pretty good for like a first time, and I was really proud of him.
Yeah, definitely.
Hoping he can do it again soon.
Tucker over Jay Fatal, what the fuck? Yeah, I was
Dude,
surprised at the Tucker thing as well.
Dude, he's it's just something I would like before I officially retire from e-fetting. I would like to have a feud with him again, but Jay Fatal, there's probably a reason why I don't want to feud with Jay Fatal, because it would just be over and constant roasting from him. But
that's what it was like with Cody, though.
Yeah, but that's a little bit different. Cody's a different type of roasting. But yeah, Jay Fatal's on the top 5, so nah.
You're there,
You're there, dude.
Sorry, I figured out this is a podcast. I would ask a lot of questions. No, questions are fine. We need questions. Like, there's not a lot that me and him can talk about.
Yeah. I mean, we can bring up. We can like. One thing I do want to bring up is the whole world title, and how I think that came to fruition.
Yeah, I was never thought ask that. So you didn't know you were winning the world title when you were television champ. When did that set in for you? Like, I'm gonna win the world title. Holy shit!
The day, the ending of Road to Honor. That's when I won the title. When I won the title, that's when I knew when I won the title, basically. Because I never really thought of myself. I never really thought I was ever gonna win the world title. Even though how many times Jeremy told me the day before I was winning the world title of Road to Honor, I didn't believe him. I never believe anyone when they tell me something's happening, because you never know what's gonna fuck them. But when I won that world title, it's something else to me, because this is when you first came back, and you were there to watch it, and I think it made the moment a lot more special. And it was something I've been striding for. I never thought I was gonna win the world title. I thought we're gonna get here soon enough one day, but I don't think we're ever. Maybe it's just a dream, but we got there, and I beat the Mitch and I beat Thorne, the title, and then I faced Chaos in that. It was something different. I loved it, but that does take a lot of like a responsibility to have under your belt, to understand. You're the guy now. You have to lead the company, and that was new for me.
It was tough. Lot. It is a lot to have on your plate. But yeah, you were the world champion. You were the world champion in the period where MIW was the most successful, I would say. So you were the guy. On top of that, this beast that was MIW at the time. We were getting 150 views every single show. Oh yeah, we still do, but back then,
but like back then, we got a shit ton.
Yeah, we were pulling WWE numbers. Not literally, but for EFED, yes. But you were the guy. You were on top of MIW at the time. Do you ever miss that, just being the guy?
No, I don't.
No.
No. I probably will. I don't see that. For me, I was there already, and I don't need to do it again. And for me, if I was to do that again, it would take a lot of energy off of me again. Because last time, I never really got a break until I lost the belt, it was a very long time since the start into the end, which was a lot for me. Because it was my first time doing it, and I didn't really know how to cope with it. So for the first time, I got a break, and it felt really good. But I'm happy to be back, though. But I would never probably want to be the main guy again. It's really tough. I would like to be world champion once more, but I don't want to be the guy everyone wants. Everyone talks about, like Cody Omega. If Cody Omega lost the belt, you're still talking about Cody Omega. I don't want to be like that ever again, really. But if it ever happens again, definitely gonna do my best.
Yeah, and another thing back then was the MIW main event scene was not nearly as packed as it is now.
No. There
No.
was like 3 of us back in the day.
I would
And
say
now
me,
there's like
Jack, and Jeremy
10.
back in the day. Now you're talking me, Jack, Jeremy, on top of Corey, Cody, but he's taking a break right now. Damien Gage, Rob Roman's in there. Shout out to Rob. I know he's watching. And who else? Shit. I don't know. I forgot. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people in there. I know. There's a shit ton of people than back in the day.
Yeah, we're gonna start listing off some questions now. This is from Titan. Jack, who do you see being the next person to fill your shoes here in MIW?
Next person to fill my shoes. God damn, you're asking me questions like into the future, dude. I don't know. I would like it to be Tucka, but it's not gonna happen because he sucks ass. But I don't know, dude. It's too early to like say he's gonna take my shoes because
You're still here. Nobody has to yet.
I'm still here. No one has to at the moment. Probably if I had to choose someone from the roster right now, it wouldn't. I don't know, dude. I don't know. There's that's too tough to predict right now because I don't see anyone as like me. None that it's not gloating or I don't think it is like how I act and how fucking weird I am. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really answer the question right now. That's way to the future.
Yeah, and there's really nobody who was in MIW at the time. Like at the time, it was Land of the Giants. There was Big Kev. There was Jeremy. There was
Jarl.
Jarl. Yeah, there was me, Rain, and Jack Lee overcame all of that, and he's truly this success story of MIW. There's nobody, in my opinion, at least not for the next 2-3 years, is going to come in and top that story. But we'll see. I think Damien Gage is doing a good job.
We're gonna see what it is. We don't. I really did think John Robb was gonna do something really big.
Yeah, me too.
That didn't happen. But you know, it's whatever. I mean, we're gonna keep getting. We're gonna see down the future path. We're still working on it.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It's a work.
Next question here, I guess straying away from the MIW topic, what's your favorite console of all time and your favorite video game of all time that you've played?
Favorite console time? Probably the 360. Favorite game? Oh shit, dude. There's just so many fucking games. I would probably have to say Last of Us.
Okay.
But if we're talking about like WWE wise, 2K14.
I'd agree with both.
I fucking love 2K14. So, but if you're talking about games, it'd be Last. So.
Jack Lee, what is your opinion on NEW? We don't have to just talk about MIW, right? Well, this is an MIW podcast, but NEW works with MIW, so sort of quickly, what do you think of NEW?
What I think of NEW, Rob's doing a good job of it. It's something new. It's gonna take a while to get better. You know, there's always gonna be improvement with EFED shows. But they're definitely gonna keep getting better every week, and I believe what Rob's doing is great. I'm happy to be over there. I'm glad to be part of that roster. I think NEW is gonna be great. I'm just excited to see what's in the future for NEW.
Jack, what is your greatest achievement in MIW? Well, I think that's gonna be the world title or the TV title. So making it a bit harder, excluding those two. What's your greatest achievement?
You're fucking dude. My favorite accomplishment. My favorite. I don't really know because those are the main two. Probably having the best match for how long, and always having as I've always seen. To me at least, I've always had great matches, and I'm proud of that. If I had to say best accomplishment, I think me and Chaos had the best feud of all time so far.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's just my opinion. So that's how I feel.
Yeah.
The feud so far.
Quick question: Chaos and Lee 1 or Chaos and Lee 2?
Chaos and Lee 1.
Really?
Nothing will
Why?
beat Chaos and Lee 1.
Why?
There was so much story to that, and maybe because of how that night went after the show. But I think that match had so much story to it compared to the second one. The second one, yeah, we unified Tiger. But I think the first one really did tell a story between me and you, me and Chaos. I mean, but I say Chaos and Lee 1 because there's a lot more story to that.
Just quickly on that, Jeremy is obviously the MIW owner. He's the guy in MIW. How did it feel, like, him doing the honors of putting you over? Like, how much did that mean to you?
Something. I don't know how to explain it. It's a great feeling to hear that he has that much trust in you. And he's there's only one time with all his characters he's only beaten me once. To give me that much respect and to give me that much trust is something else. And I'm fortunate he gives me that much. He has that much trust in me, and it's great to see. Love you, Jeremy.
Favorite MIW original character of all time?
Oh, probably Dynamic.
Yeah, that's the obvious one.
Dynamic. If I didn't have to choose Dynamic, it would probably be Justin Shadows.
Justin Shadows.
Yeah,
Why?
because he's a little bit different than everyone else. I don't know how to explain it. I just fucking love him. I loved him ever since he came out. I think that's how I'm gonna answer it.
We need to make this part of a regular schedule. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. I just felt like Jack was definitely the man to go to for a pilot episode of an MIW interview series. Like I said in the beginning, there's nobody outside of Jack Lee and I who could tell the stories about MIW in the way that we can tell them, except for you, Jeremy. I mean, if you want to come on next, that would be great.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So, we've talked about your favorite MIW match of all time. Favorite MIW event of all time as a whole?
Oh, dude. Shit, dude. I would like to say Kingdom of Honor because that's always great. That's always been a great show. I loved it when it first premiered. But to me, the most sentimental value is always going to be Omen in 2018. But if I had to choose from everyone's perspective, it would probably be Kingdom of Honor. But for me, it would be Omen 2018.
Omen from 2018.
Yeah,
Okay. That was your match with Tucker, right?
that was my match with Tucker. That's why I love it. But if I had to choose overall, because if I was not being biased, it would be Kingdom of Honor. But
Yeah.
But yeah, see, those are the two answers I want to give because one's biased because that's sentimental value to me. There's Kingdom of Honor, which I think was probably the best show so far.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want to touch on the whole feud with Tucker and what led up to that? We've kind of done it a little bit, but we haven't really talked about who Tucker is and why.
Tucker,
your tag team with him.
So I will get from the beginning because before MIW started, I came with an idea to Jeremy. I went into really full detail. I would have to go find the message, but it's at least three pages long of a fucking storyline. But I wanted to bring in one of my real life friends, Paul, who is now Tucker, or well, was, but he's still alive. And Tucker,
You just have to clarify that he's still here.
He's still here right now, but you never know what's gonna happen. But so I wanted there was this thing called DIN when we started in WNF. To me, I was a tag team guy at the moment, so I needed a guy who was going to be tag team with me. So I called my best friend. I said, "Let's do this." He said, "Okay, let's do it." So he became a tag team partner with me. We called it NSFW, I think, and that's not safe for. We did that, and then there was one day, as I told before, Rain left or was gonna leave, because of a whole issue and creative difference. And Jeremy said, "Oh, we can make Jack Lee a singles guy," but I don't know if that was ever gonna happen. So I went to go ahead myself. I got tricked into sending Jeremy a promo at 2 a.m. in the morning.
You want to tell
Because
the
I thought he was
backstory of that? The whole
because
2 a.m.
there's
thing?
like it's a stupid camp shit that you guys came up with. I thought you guys were fucking serious, and it's just stupid camp shit. It says I asked when can I send this promo, and he's like 2 a.m. because I'm camping all day. And I'm like, okay, I'll fucking send a promo at 2 a.m.
You waited
And
up till 2 a.m.?
no, I went to bed. I sent up an alarm at 1:55, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get this promo done. So it's like you can look back. I have it up somewhere, but you can go back and you can hear the tiredness in my voice, and it's like,
Wait, you cut the promo at 2 a.m.?
yes, because I wasn't gonna take a promo at like 9 o'clock at night, and then go wait until 2 a.m. and just send it. That's fucking stupid,
Oh, I've got tears in
dude.
my eyes. That's gold.
Dude. I would, and guess what? Jeremy replied in like 2 minutes saying, "Oh, thank you." So he was fucking up. So it wouldn't have mattered. But I that was the promo I said I was breaking up with Tuck Guns because he's a fucking wink. And then basically that's how it fucking went. Basically, he was the first guy I went after. I don't know how to explain what else. He's just Tucka. And he's gonna be in one of my he's gonna be in one of my promos I think on Saturday, so watch out.
Yeah.
Because he's making a surprise appearance. And this is kind of a spoiler, but he's gonna show up.
Okay, well, you've just spoiled a future promo now. Last thing touching on that is, you said you had some dates that you wanted to bring up?
Oh, well, I brought up August 26, 2017, which is the day I fucking joined. I brought up some pay-per-views, like Holiday Hostility was the day I main evented in a pay-per-view for the first time, so I wanted to bring that up. I lost that match, but I don't think I really care because I beat out the world championship main event. So
Yeah.
that's what I give a shit about. And then I brought Road to Honor because I title. And then the Chaos, like Kingdom of Honor, Omen, and King Arena, but that no one gives a fuck about that pay per view at the moment by the seams of it. So, or no one knows about it. So
Yeah, we can talk about it though. Explain.
well, King of the Ring is basically a fucking tournament for the TV title. That's just the gist of it. I was in it. That was one of my first matches, and actually in my because I lost that. Though. I had a really good match with Dynamic, but I did lose to Dynamic, which went into a feud with Dynamic after King of Honor.
And those
Which
were
I
some
did
good
bring up.
matches.
Yeah.
Alright, so, last sort of freeway topic before we end this. We've talked about your past, talked about the future, but where is Jack Lee right now?
Oh, he's mentally fucking insane at the moment. He's going fucking crazy in his fucking garage. Baseball bat. But what's my plan at the moment for my character is not to be how I was, trying to change it up, not trying to be myself the best in the world. But I want to push more people to being the best that they can be. That's how I want to help people more than help myself because I've already been there and I've already done everything that people have done. I see. I've already been world champion. I don't need to be world champion again. To myself, I'm already successful. But a lot of people, like let's for example Noah Youngblood, they're not as successful as, let's say, like me or you. To me, I want to help them, and that's to push themselves to be the best version of them. That's what Jack Lee wants. That's what I want to do at the moment. But from my character wise, I'm going to say I want to tell more stories. That's how I've always been. It doesn't matter how good the match is. I think the fucking story is always nerdy.
I guess it's kind of where I'm at too. I mean, I've done everything bar have an actual world title reign. Right now, I don't want to make it about me. I want to give back to the new talent here in MIW.
To me, to you two, Jeremy, when he started pushing Chaos back, and then especially you now, always looked up to that. Because I don't need to be that guy. I don't need to be the top guy anymore. Because I've already been there, and I don't need to anymore. That's not my fucking objective anymore. I want to help guys, and if someone needs to go over me because of a certain reason to make them more a better character, to make their character more legitimate, that's what I want to have, and that's my accomplishment. I want to tell a story. That's always, again, that's number one objective.
It's kind of what we're about here in MIW. It's not just one of these competition feds where you come in, you talk shit, you get your way to the top. You tell the story, and if you tell a good story, that's how you get to the top. We're storytellers here. We're not shit talkers.
We're not like we're not like other E-feds where you talk shit and you instantly get to a world title shot, which back when we started actually pushing MIW to like other E-feds, there were a lot of guys that thought that, but they didn't want to put the work in, and that's how they kept losing, and then they would get upset and they would leave. That we're not about that. And I don't know if a lot of people understand that you have to do your best and you need to tell a story, and you just can't be a weak link about it. I'm not saying I haven't, not told a story before. That I have, I didn't try my best in one point in time where, I was just gone from, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but there's people here that they don't give a shit, but they want to be a part of this. But if you want to be part of something special and you want to do something great, you want to keep succeeding yourself, and you need to keep giving more higher expectations.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Jeremy says King of the Arena is probably the most underrated events we've had. I agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I know we're supposed to have a second one, but then we shut down.
I think we should have a second one. Like, Jeremy, right now, let's have a second one. Maybe we can have a concluded Kingdom of Honor.
Yeah, come on, Jeremy.
We got a few weeks. Let's do it.
Yeah, we got how long did we got? We got. God, it's only fucking. It's March.
Hey, spoiler! We were talking about bringing the North American back. Let's do it for the North American.
Hey, shut the fuck up! Don't say that shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, there's a lot that I think that we haven't done in a long time that could be really good now. Oh shit! Someone preach.
All right, so it's getting late, so let's start wrapping things up here. Last question: if there's anything you wish you could change about your MIW career, what would it be?
Not losing your arm and fighting my way to beating your arm. That I think forever be my mistake. Saying I think it's all right to lose the Jarl, because I'm not saying Jarl's I'm not saying anything bad about Jarl, but you gotta look at what happened after the TV title. What happened to the TV title after I lost it? He vacated it right after, and the TV title died.
Yeah.
And Corey Heck and Conrad Wallace, they did kind of pick it up again, and now Kill Switch now, and hopefully Mike next. But who knows what's gonna happen? You gotta check it out on Friday. Watch that paper. Watch Hellbound.
MIW Hellbound coming to you this Friday.
Watch it, guys, because you could see if Mike Storm wins the television title or not.
Or Killswitch may have to retire if he loses. You never know.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen. That's my biggest regret. I think I should have fought. More to retain that title. That's my one thing because I wanted to keep that title. But as what Jeremy told me, later on. He said you're going to be doing. That did happen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it worked out because you became the MIW World Champ. You led MIW, forward when it was in its most successful period. And now you're sitting here today and you're the best in the world. You're one of the greatest of all time. You're Jack Lee, so it worked. Worked out.
I just want to say thank you for having me on. Dude.
Oh, no problem, dude. It's been a blast.
First fucking episode, dude. First fucking episode.
Mm-hmm.
First fucking one, dude. Let's hope fucking people watch this.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people interested in watching and seeing the career of Jack Lee. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up here. Do you have any closing thoughts or anything you want to bring up before we get off?
I was gonna say shit about Jeremy because he's being an asshole in the chat.
All right, go ahead.
Just joking.
Go ahead.
Oh shit.
Ooh, you're gonna be in trouble.
Let's look at my chat for a second. Let's look. Creative chat. Oh shit. Oh well, I'll say this actually. It's not about Jeremy, but it's about Mike. And I told him before air I was gonna say this, and he said not to, but I'm gonna do it anyways. There's a screenshot out there that he hates the women's, but that's all I'm gonna say. But he hates the women's. Mike Storm hates the women.
I don't hate women. No.
No. Dude. I have that fucking screenshot. I have it. I will if I have to, I will fucking post it.
I'm about to cut your mic like 2011 CM Punk right now.
Dude, but it's on there. I have a screenshot of that shit. So he hates the women.
I don't hate women, okay? I love women. I am engaged, in fact, in real life.
What?
If I hated women, why?
What the fuck? You're engaged? Oh, God, guys, this is breaking news. I didn't even know he's probably fucking with me though.
I'm not. It's the one thing you can take true from Mike Storm.
What the fuck? What?
What?
Okay, we'll talk about this after.
Yes, we'll talk about this after. But yeah, that's been your first MIW podcast. Jack Lee and Mike Storm. We got some insight into Jack Lee's career, where he's feeling, where he's at mentally. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast as much as we've enjoyed doing it. We'll have an announcement on who the next guest is in the coming weeks. Make sure you tune into MIW Hellbound this Friday night. Check out that on, I think it's going to be on either the Digital Sports Network or the Metal Impact Wrestling Network here on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.